What's up, YouTube? It's your boy KaamBaam coming at you with another grand slam. You feel me? But look, today I'm gonna be coming at you with a story time about how me and my boy Quay got in trouble for shoplifting. I'm gonna say this now. I'm not saying anybody should shoplift. But at the same time, I cannot tell you what to do. So if you decide to shoplift off of this video, well then that's what you decide to do. But he did the first half in his part of the video, so I'm gonna leave the link in the description. He also helped me with my intro and put one of his fire songs on there, so I'm gonna also leave a link to his SoundCloud as well. So without further ado, let's get at it.
Yeah, hey. Yo, knock off his top. No, I don't stop it for a nigga get popped. Oh, that be quick, so my nigga just.
Alright, so I guess I'll start this off the same way he started his off. And then I'll just tell y'all what I experienced in my half. So we had this little store called the Shop It, and at the time, me and Quay, since we don't live there no more, I tell you where we lived in North Carolina, Fort Bragg. So we lived on an army base. I guess you could say we are army brats. But as kids, we were bad. I remember one time while I was a kid living in Fort Bragg, I ended up spray painting a park or something like that. But that's a whole nother story time. So this day, Quay had came to my house. We went down the street. None of us really lived far from each other. I think at most, it was like 7-minute walk. Cause you know, as kids walking around, we usually rode bikes or, you know, some of the sort. But yeah, so this day, Quay came to my crib. We linked up. We go down the street to see if our friend Amir could come out. Now, if you know, or back in middle school, if you knew me, Quay, and Amir, then you knew we was like the Three Musketeers. We would not go nowhere without each other. If you didn't see all three of us, minimum you'd see 2 of us. Or you'd see us going to link with each other, to be honest, because we was always together. Amir was more the good type. He was he the one that kind of kept our heads on kept our heads up. I mean, not kept our heads up, kept our heads up, screwed on right. Yeah, I couldn't get that out, my bad. He is the one that kept, boy. Whatever. Yeah, kept our head up like, yeah, he kept our heads on our shoulders. So yeah, Amir couldn't come out that day. He was doing homework, or he was usually doing homework when he couldn't come out. Studying, homework, basketball, that was Amir's thing. So we had these twins that lived down the street from Amir that usually played football with me and Quay. So we scooped the little twins. We're gonna call them Andre and Tommy, because I can't really remember what exactly their names were. But the twins had tagged along with us, so we going up to the Shop At. Now the Shop At is near when we lived in North Carolina, farthest thing from us was the turf field, and that's where the Shop At was at. And usually during the weekends we go, unless it was summertime, and during the weekends we go up to the turf field, play football, blah 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 blah, and then we go into the Shop At, grab Gatorades, play again or something, or go home, you know, usual stuff. So it wasn't like unusual for us to come into the store 4 deep or with book bags or whatnot, because we usually came in there. But we had the twins with us, so we was walking up the hill, scheming. So I came up with these missions. So we had 2 missions. Mission 1 was, if we gonna rob this store, bro, we gotta do it right. We can't just go in there and just grab stuff, put it in our pockets, and leave. Nah, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. So when we first went in there, we went in there like we didn't know each other. We went in there looking for cameras, blind spots, all this other stuff. So we come back out, and we had this little rendezvous point, and it was like some brick building. I think it was the pool building or something like that, but nobody was at the pool. I think nobody was at the pool that day. So we would just link at the building and it didn't really seem suspect. So we all linked at the building and we was chatting it up and we was telling each other where the camera was at, what we thought we should do and all this, that, and the third. So I ended up telling the guys, I said, all right, so I found a blind spot where I couldn't be seen by any cameras at all. So they was like, all right, cool. So what we was gonna do is we was gonna walk in there. Quay was gonna take one twin, I was gonna take the other. Now me and my twin, we had a basket and we would just walk in. We walked in and put the stuff in the basket. Quay and his twin would walk over and gradually, like normal type, put stuff in the basket, you know what I'm saying? But we never really spoke to each other. Only people that really spoke was Quay and the twins, cause me, I was the dirty work. You know, me, I had to get down in the field, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Quay was lookout and the twins was lookout. So we had these little hand signals that we would put on our thigh. We would like tap on our thigh, like as we walk by. That no bars intended. You feel me? No bars intended. But yeah. So Quay would tap some on his thigh. I think it was like 2 signals. It was like one to let me know if the coast was clear, and the second one was to let me know if people were coming. So if people weren't coming and the coast was clear, then I would just keep stuff in the bag. Now, let me put this out there. We never reach for anything little. All right? If you know Quay, you know he loves Pop-Tarts. Now, we not grabbing single Pop-Tarts. We're grabbing boxes of Pop-Tarts, my dog, and stuffing them in this. My man Quay always walked around with this book bag. It was like a Black Army book bag, I believe. Yeah, it was like a Black Army book bag. Always. He never left the crib without it. It was like a everyday thing. But yeah, so if you know me, you know I love Skittles. I was grabbing huge bags of Skittles, you know what I'm saying? The share size, not the small share size, like the little large ones. I'm talking about extra large, big bags of Skittles. Like the Skittles should have lasted me days and days and days, but you know me, I go through. But yeah, so we get up in the store and they're putting stuff in the bag. So they walk past, before I even start putting stuff in the bag, they had walked past and let me know the coast was clear. So I put stuff in the bag, and every couple minutes or every couple seconds, somebody else will, or another person, like one of the twins, will walk by and tap something else to let me know what was going on around me, because I couldn't really see outside the aisle. So if someone was coming by me, I'd just look through the Gatorades and be like, damn, they don't got my Gatorade. Damn, I don't know what I'm doing. Damn, you know what I'm saying? Just make it seem like I'm indecisive as fuck. So, we ended up beating the case. Well, not beating the case. We ended up robbing them that day. It didn't get caught. So, we I don't know why my mind is so blank right now. We meet at the rendezvous point, and we start divvying up everything, right? What everybody wanted, what everybody asked for, divvying it up, blah, blah, blah. So the twins, we had to end up cutting the twins loose simply because they wanted to hit a lick in the same store that day again. They wanted to do it all over again because they feel like, oh, we got what we need. We did it successfully this time. Let's do it again today. No. The way me and Quay had it set up, we is not doing this again today. We grabbed a whole bunch of stuff to last us for a couple days. We should not be back in here within the same day unless we actually buying something. So that day, we didn't actually buy anything from the store. We just robbed them, clean like that. We ended up, the way we cut off the twins was they wanted to go with us. They seen us one day and they wanted to go with us to hit a lick on the store, and they knew we was going to hit a lick on the store this day. So we had told them lag back and that we'll just pick up something. So whatever they asked for, we had picked them up for them that day. But then after that day, we had stopped communicating with them because, as me and Quay said, you trying to mess up what we got going on. So we was like, we gotta cut them loose. We had made executive decisions. It was like, we gotta cut them loose. We was the oldest, so hey, we could do that. So me and Quay, it was like a regular thing to us. We walked to school, so me and him chatted about it whenever we felt like we wanted to hit the shop, and that's what we called it, the shop. Nobody ever really noticed what we were talking about. When boys say the shop, most people really think that they're talking about haircuts, but me and Quay, we was talking about robbing the shop at. So we'd whenever we felt like it, ask each other what's up. So I think one time during the morning when we was walking to school, I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to hit the shop after school. What you trying to do?" He tell me what's up, or Quay would hit me up sometime during school. I'm trying to hit the shop, blah blah blah. So it was one particular time. I think this was about the 5th or 6th time we actually hit a lick. I'm telling you, we walking around school big balling. Like everybody, like, dang, where they getting all this candy, all this? Because at this point, we're robbing the store to the point where we're not only taking candy now, we taking stuff that we can like flex with. We taking like stuff, we just taking stuff because we want it at this point. You know what I'm saying? If you ever stole anything, then you understand what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then don't steal anything because you really don't need to know what we're talking about. But yeah, so it's one particular day, Quay comes to me at the end of school. He was like, "Hey, I'm trying to hit the shop. What you trying to do?" So I tell him, "Yeah, I'm down for it because, you know, my man's can't do a mission by himself. It's not a one-man mission." So I tell him I'm down for it. It's whatever. So we link in my house because after walking home, I go check in. If I had homework, I do my homework. Then I was allowed to go outside and do whatever I wanted to do if I wasn't grounded. Let me tell you, North Carolina, boy, I stayed grounded because every time I got a chance to go out, I was doing something reckless because of how long I was grounded. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so I was ungrounded around the time, and we went to the shop, blah, 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 blah. So we get up to the shop. I think it was like, it had rained the day before, so it was like gloomy and dark and all that type stuff, wet. It was just a weird day, you feel me? It was a weird day. So we get in the shop, we doing the usual routine. Quay putting stuff in the basket that he wants, I'm putting stuff in the basket that I want, and then I walk up to the Gatorade aisle. And when I get to the aisle, I look over, and there's a lady stocking Gatorades in the aisle. Like, she got boxes on boxes of Gatorades to put in this aisle. And the mission was, you get in and you get out. And the way this lady was set up, we was not getting in and getting out no time soon. So I had to change the spot. Now, the way the cameras were set up, at the new spot, it was over near the clothes. So you couldn't see what I was doing, but you can see that I was there. So I'm gonna assume that they saw that I was there and they thought something was fishy with it because ain't nobody seen me what I was doing. You feel me? Ain't nobody seen what I was doing. So Quay grabs whatever he grabs, and he buys something this time. So when me and Quay started doing the missions alone, we had added into our little setup that we would actually buy something, and then we would leave. Like, I'd meet him at the counter and give him something, or he'd already have something, and I'd meet him at the counter and then we just leave. Or he would buy something, or I would buy something, and then we just meet each other outside, and then we start dividing up whatever we got at one another's house. So this day, Quay buys something, and I'm putting stuff back at this point. So he's walking out, and I'm putting stuff back. So by the time he's walking out, we arranged that it was kind of like a time. We had time set on everything. So by the time he was walking out, I should be putting stuff back, got the book bag on my bag, all the merchandise in the bag, and I should be heading out a couple seconds behind him. So I never ended up making it out the store because when I was putting stuff back, I remember I was putting back some flames. It was the last thing that I had to put back. I had nothing else in my hands. I had a bag of flames, the big bag of flames left, and I was putting it back. And as I was putting it back, I drop it in the little chip area, and I'm starting to walk out. So all throughout the time we in the store, I hadn't really noticed this dude, but I had peeped him. He was this dude on the phone. He's wearing a purple shirt. I remember exactly what he was wearing. He was wearing some hat, some glasses, a purple shirt, some shorts, some real weirdo stuff, you know what I'm saying? Something that, like, should catch your attention, But if you're not paying him too much attention, it won't catch your attention. You feel me? So I never end up paying dude no mind because he was on the phone arguing. And I feel like he was arguing with his wife because I heard some female voice or something like that. So, or I had thought I had heard some female voice or something like that. So as soon as I put the chips down and walking out, he stops me. He was like, we don't have to make a big scene. Just follow me back in the back. I know what you have. I know what you've been doing, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, I'm just like, should I run? And I'm not responding to him right now. I'm just like, you don't know what I've been doing. You don't know what I have. For real, I'm just going to run. But let's talk about this. Me and Quay, the way we are set up, we every time we hit a lick for at least $300 to $400 worth of stuff. So I'm pretty fast, but with the weight of that 300, them bags of candy and stuff, and boxes of Pop-Tarts, and boxes of donuts, and boxes of whatever else we wanted, them weight, I won't but so much, won't want so big, you feel me? So it was no way I was gonna get away with all of it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have got away with the bag. I would have had to drop the bag, run, because he wouldn't have caught me. He wouldn't have caught me if I was just running. If I was just running, he wouldn't. There was no way in the world he would have caught me. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that man, that ugly little man, wouldn't have caught me, bro. So he took me back to the back. So I'm just like, dang, I fucked. So I got my hands on my face. I'm rubbing my face. I'm just like, damn, I'm hit. So I was not gonna snitch on my mans. I wasn't gonna do it. I was just gonna take the charge. Just be like, it was me, I was by myself, I was just stealing, and that was it. I was just gonna take it just like that. But a few minutes later, he brings into the office my boy, Quay. Now, I couldn't at the time figure out how he knew that me and Quay were together, because I think this specific day, I had told Quay, tell me what he wanted, and I'll just grab it and put it in there. And all he had to literally do was look out. So, they ended up seeing, every time that we came in there, they were losing merchandise. So, I guess they put two and two together. It was like, yeah, these boys are working together, blah, 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 right? So, dude brings, Quay in the room, and has me take off the backpack. So he opens the backpack, and lo and behold, we have, I think that day we had like $250 worth of merchandise. So at this point, the dude had left, and he's going to get the MPs. So the MPs are the military police, for y'all that don't know that. He's going to get the MPs, and I'm on my phone. I'm texting. I had a girlfriend at the time. My girlfriend's name was like Amber Ward. Yeah, I was dating her for I think I was dating her for a year and some change by this point or something like that. But yeah, so I'm texting her, I'm like, hey, can your mom come pick me up? Me and Quay got in some trouble, blah, 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 blah. I'm at the shop at. So she never ended up replying back. She was just like, what kind of trouble are you in? Blah, 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 blah. You know, that kind of stuff. Like, she was my girlfriend, so she was work. But her mom had never ended up coming that night. Me and Quay call our moms. So my mom had to come pick me up. At this point in time, we only had one car. I believe we had a red Tahoe. We don't have that car no more, but at the time we had a red Tahoe. And my dad, him being in the military, him being the only with a job at the time, he was driving the truck most of the time. So he was at work. He had X-ray tech. He was at work and all that good stuff. And my mom had to come pick me up. So her having to come pick me up, her friend had to drive her there. So they both in the car yelling at me, blah, 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 talking about why would I do something like this, why would I act so stupid, blah, you know. All that, I had to hear all that type larceny. So I get home, I get choked up, I get all this other type stuff, because you know, black parents, them being crazy, you can get thrown up against the wall, you can get thrown at a wall, you'll get choked out, you might get hit a couple times. I don't think I got hit, but I did get pressed up against the wall, you know, all that type stuff. So yeah, that was wonderful. But so me being grounded, at the time we were in the process of moving. So I had to clean baseboards, and I had to scrape whatever food was off the floor with a butter knife, and mop the floors and clean the walls and all this other stupid stuff. But toward the end of the summer, we get down here in Virginia, and I'm getting my stuff back. I got my Xbox back. I got my outside privileges back. So I ended up getting my privileges back after a while. But yeah, they started to like cut my time back on outside, because I guess to them I had too much time to myself outside. So I had plenty of time to think about mischievous stuff to do and all this other type larceny. But I mean, I just won't pay any no mind. I wouldn't say do it, and I definitely would say it was a mistake, and I could have gone throughout life without doing it. But you live and you learn, to be honest. That's the only way to really live. Yeah, that's the end of that. That's the end of my story. Like I said before, I'm gonna leave the link to my boy Quay stuff in the description. I'm gonna leave all my social medias in the description. I hope y'all enjoyed. My next video going up will probably be next week. Yeah, it'll probably be sometime next week, Wednesday-ish. I'm gonna be doing a challenge with the guys, and we're gonna be doing the Blazing Buffalo Wing Challenge for Buffalo Wild Wings. And it's gonna be a little twist to it. Now I can't tell y'all the twist, but just know that y'all really gonna enjoy this video. But if you enjoyed this video, I mean, no, y'all really gonna enjoy that video. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, a comment. If I get a good feedback, I'll definitely start doing more story times, because I have endless stories to tell y'all, because I did a whole lot of reckless stuff in my life.